Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Distinguished Speaker Series. We're going live Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going live in our YouTube channel, in our Facebook private group, in our LinkedIn. For those of you that are joining us new, my name is Asma Wasti, and I'm the creator and founder of Accelerate Global. It's a personal growth and educational organization that helps you coach, teach in how to start up a new business, or if you have an existing one, how to make it profitable. We specialize in and create a cash flow with consistency month over month, regardless of what the environment is. However, my favorite thing to do is to bring our wonderful members within the Webinar Accelerator group, our private Facebook group, and showcase their story, their journey to the rest of you for inspiration and finding out who they are, what they do, and what makes them so unique. And today is my privilege and good fortune to be able to interview live and bring Ashely Pakulski. I hope I'm not butchering your name, Ashely.
You said it good. I know it's a tongue twister.
Oh, thank you. And welcome to our Distinguished Speaker Series. Thank you so much. Ashely's joining us from Canada, Ontario, not too far from where I live, actually. So I'm so happy to have her here and interviewing you. Thank you, Ashely, for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy and so excited and so grateful.
Well, thank you. Then let's get started. So, Ashely, you're joining us from Brampton, Ontario. Tell us about what is it that you do, and then we're going to go back into your story to how did you come about being an entrepreneur and doing what you do today.
Amazing. So I'm a health and life coach. So I help burnt out busy moms do the inner work to create more time and freedom in their lives.
Oh, that's wonderful. Wow, that's very brief and concise and very to the point.
To the point.
I'm so happy that. So did you always think that you studied for it and you wanted to be an entrepreneur and that's how you just started your business right off the bat?
It was a long process. It was a long journey. Actually, I always knew I wanted to help people, of course, with everything that I've been through. And I went to college when my daughter was born and I did community injustice. I got my diploma. But I don't know, there was something about it. I was doing like one-on-one, it was the co-op. And I was like, I need to be my own boss. Like, I don't want to work for nobody. And like, still going through my transformational journey, going through my things. That was like a long journey. I still didn't quite know what to do. But then I got involved with the program, the YEP program, and I was able to do like a business plan. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a life coach. Be my own boss. This is perfect. So, I did that. It was a challenge. It was a learning experience. But this year, officially, here I am, health and life coach.
Yay! And I love that. So let's talk about, you mentioned a little bit of your challenges and what you went through, right? And those are some defining moments that create us to be who we are today. And I'm always interested in finding out because then, most of our audience is entrepreneurs, startup entrepreneurs or existing entrepreneurs who are looking for motivation, inspiration, tips, understanding in other people's lives and journeys. So you tell us a little bit about your journey. Like you did felt stuck, you did felt burnt out, you did feel there were areas in your life that you've gone through, some challenges that you've gone through. If you would like to talk about that and how that shaped you to be who you are today.
No, definitely. It all began in childhood. And one thing I want to add though, like, if someone was to ask me to, like, if you can change your life and not go through those challenges, I would say no. As much as how hard and hurtful it is true what you say. It brings you to who you are today. And with that, like childhood, like it started from there. I experienced trauma. I was molested. It affected me greatly because I lived in fear. I didn't have a voice. I was always like that people pleaser, confused, always searching for love in the wrong ways. I turned at one point to addiction. I just didn't know myself. I didn't love myself. I didn't know myself. I was so broken. Mind you, I had great experiences too. Like, you know, I had
Mhm.
wonderful memories. I have a wonderful family. But the thing
Mhm.
is, though, I was so lost. And then at one point, I met my daughter's father, and my beautiful daughter was born. And that was like the best experience of my life. That's where I said, you know, I need to make these changes. I need to do this for her, for myself, you know. And me and her father didn't work out. And, you know, it was just like a whole spiral, like, you know, tornado of feeling lost, feeling stuck, burnt out. I'm trying to find myself. I'm raising a human that depends on
Right.
me. You know, and I'm trying
Wow.
to raise a beautiful, like smart, motivated girl. And regardless, me going through my challenges, I was teaching her all these things. And, you know, even in high school, like I was involved, I was sexually assaulted, not by one, but by three men. You know, the addiction was, you know, really got over me because I thought I needed something to make me happy. I needed something to take away the stress. I needed something, but the real thing I needed was to take care of me.
That
And,
was
you
the
know,
coping mechanism you found at that time, at that age, not understanding there are other
mhm.
methodologies available in the world too,
No, definitely,
right?
definitely. And I
Yeah.
think as a parent too, like, you know, kids need to know these things, like to have these tools available, right? Like they need to learn, they, when you're raising them, they need to have that foundation of what tools and strategies they should use because they're growing too, just like as we're growing. And I was finding myself, and sometimes you feel like
Mhm.
you're hitting a brick wall. And, you know, at one point I wanted to end my life. Honestly, I did. I was
Mhm.
so unhappy. And, you know, I was even, I don't know, even though I wanted to end it, I always knew the grass was greener on the other side. So I don't know. I know that was something that kept me going. And I kept trying and I kept going. And once I started to do the inner work, once I started to fully focus on me and taking care of myself, I was in charge of my days. You know, there was times I was working on a big project and I was just getting not enough done. And then after I was like, you know, but I'm using all the strategies, all the tools to help me through. But it was me. I
Mhm.
was fighting my own
Mhm.
self. I was not aligned here. I had chaos everywhere and it was affecting my
Mhm.
outer layer.
Was that after you had your daughter, or was that before that,
There
or
was before, there was
simultaneously?
after. Like it
After.
was like a little roller coaster ride kind of thing. And you know,
Right.
like you're wanting to give your daughter everything and you're picturing the mom guilt. Oh my goodness, because I wasn't where I was
Yes.
supposed to be. That was even keeping me stuck completely instead of, you know, moving me forward, right?
Right. And the reason I asked that question was because, yes, I mean, definitely children, and there are other kinds of motivational factors. Children are one of the biggest factors for when you become parents, if you want them, make them to be, to turn around your life. But you talked about that spark in you that you always believed, even at the lowest of your points, where you said that you wanted to end your life at one point. You still felt that the grass was greener on the other side. What was that? What was that spark? How did that happen?
You know, I never knew. I never knew.
Mhm.
And my friends would always say, like, you know, you always think the grass is greener on the other side. And, you know, when you're a teenager and you think your parents are like out to get you and they don't understand you and you're never going to be like them or something, but like you still have a good relationship, but like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the teenager. And just recently, when my mom, her cancer came back, and I just seen how well, now she's okay, but like I seen how determined she was, how motivated she was, and how her friends spoke of her. And I was like, that's where I got it from. I got it from her without even
Right.
realizing I had it from her. So I don't know what it was. Like I from her, I guess maybe from childhood or something, like, you know, it stuck with me.
Yeah, you're so on point. I know. And sometimes we don't realize it. I can tell you about myself. All my life, I struggled how not to be like my mom. Anybody who would say, only because, not because my mom was an amazing person. I look up to her. But just the fact that a child is told that you look like your mom, or you act like your mom, or you behave like your mom, you're like, you're determined, no.
Yep.
But now at an older age, I realize, oh, I got this grit from her. I got this
Yeah.
determination from her. I got that, goal setting from her. Whatever, sometimes your skills and characteristics, positives or whatever it may be, you tend to realize how they relate. So now, and in hindsight, you see that it was from your family that you got it from.
Most definitely.
And that's how it helped you got over your childhood trauma and confusion and loss. How did you handle the pain that came with it?
You know, I tried ignoring it. I tried washing away with alcohol, other stuff, whatever. I tried forgetting about it. I tried counseling. I tried, going to a psychiatrist. I tried medication. I freaking tried everything. And, I even thought at one point I forgave myself in my past, but it was just like, I guess the opening towards that journey, because once I really started to focus on myself, once I started to really look at myself and truly love my faults, love me for who I am, once I tried, just building myself and just really truly making peace with my past and knowing that this was something I was supposed to go through, because this is my journey. This is my story. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't be here probably today helping other people. And
thank you for that. Yes. Hi, Nicole. Thank you for watching us live. I'm so glad you could join us. I'm so glad you mentioned that. That's exactly what I was coming at, because our lives, a lot of entrepreneurs and people especially who are kind of on the fence thinking, I've worked in a corporate world, or I've worked in XYZ, or I've never worked. I've been a mom, or I've been a dad, or I've been, whatever in my life. And I don't think that I have a lot to give, but it's your life's journey and your experience that actually translates into what exactly you're doing today as a mind and health coach, isn't it?
Yeah. It's wonderful. Honestly, it is.
Right. So tell me how that experience translated. Surely you went and got your certification. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But tell me how that translated into what you're doing right now and transforming other people's lives.
Sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
Sorry about that. Yes, and I just want to let everyone know that we are experiencing a little bit of an internet challenge. So I apologize for that if we lose the stream and we go back into the live stream again.
That was my end, but
no, that's okay. So I was just going to say that we're going to talk about how you got the certification for exactly what you're doing, but also the fact that your life experiences brought you to this point and helping you transform other people's lives. How did that transformation happen? And how is that working?
Since I always had that helping heart, like whoever I knew that was close to me, or even someone I didn't know that I met like on the street, and if they were really struggling or going through a hard time, I was there motivating. I was there saying the grass is greener on the other side. I was like cheering them on, helping whatever I can. And I think with all my experiences and just who I am as a person, I just put that together, and I just knew that this is something that I need to be doing. This is something that's my calling, my passion. We all have passions. We all have talents. What my passion is to someone else could be different. And that's just, I feel in my heart, that's mine.
And you also wanted to make your mom proud at the same time. And your daughter also. You did say, I know because we spoke earlier, right? You told your daughter something. We were talking about it a little bit earlier, that there was, you keep giving the quotation. You want to talk about that?
Sure. Her dream?
Yes, her dream. That's right.
So she has a dream and she wants to go to Los Angeles in November. And I said, you know what? We're going to make it happen. I'm determined. I am focused. So I outlined a plan with her, and, me doing this coaching business gives me that opportunity, me like to help other women, but at the same time to live the life that I'm destined to live, have that freedom, and showing that little girl of mine that anything is possible. Do I have fears? Oh, heck yes, I do. Does she have fears? Because yesterday we talked about it. She's like, what if we go there and nothing happens and I waste our time? And I'm like, no, that's an experience. But take the fear out. That's why I'm reading Think and Grow Rich right now. It's actually really helping me through this process. I'm rereading it again.
I love it. I'm glad that you are. So what is that mindset? You have this go-getter mindset. What is that go-getter mindset? Can you define it, being a mind and health coach? Is
That
if I ask you to define what is a go-getter mindset, 'cause I can see
that
it,
go-getter
right?
mindset is to have that outcome you want in life. You don't need to know the how, but have the why, like how we talked about too. It's so funny because I said to my daughter too, you don't need to know the how. To have that determination, that focus, and to know what you really want and just going. Everything else would fall into place, you know? Embracing the challenges, because that's where you learn. In the failure, you learn. If you don't fail, you're not learning. So I look at failure as a different way too. So that
Thank
is
you
just
for
going
saying
after it.
that. Absolutely. Your failure is your biggest teacher. So, when we're afraid of failing, and that's why we're kind of not going into jumping all in, right? When we were talking
Mhm.
about that too, not jumping all in means that we're waiting. You won't have always 100% the same results that you're looking for
Yeah.
all at the same time. And yes, of course, there will be hardships, there will be challenges, there will be downfalls, there will be ups, there will be downs, but the downs are the ones that actually how and what to do next. Our next steps get more clearer. We find more clarity and focus through that way. So I
Mhm.
love that. What if somebody wants to, and of course with the how also, nature always has a way of putting those people in your path that teach you and coach you that how, right? And
Yeah.
not to be afraid of taking that help because, sometimes people do. You want to talk about that?
Yes, actually, I was one of those people too. Like even, you have that fear that comes in. And I always say fear and belief don't go together. And you want this change, but then your critter brain comes in and it starts telling you of all the excuses as to why you don't need it, why like you could do it on your own and whatever the case may be, or you're not ready, whatever it is. But,
Mm.
you have to just make that decision and you just have to go for it, because if you don't go for it, it's going to keep being, oh, thank you. It's going to keep being the same cycle. And, and what's the worst that can happen? You not live your dreams.
What is the worst case scenario? I agree. That's right. Right. Look at the worst. What could be worse? Where you're at the starting point to begin with. Where
Mhm.
else can you go? Right.
Yeah,
But
no, it's true. Yep, it's true. It's either don't live your life and there goes your dreams, like gone. We have one life to live. Or here,
Mhm.
you become this person that you've been wanting to become, and along the way, learning through and knowing what to do to get to where you want. Like, not everything is easy always, but you have to let that fear go, because fear overpowers the belief. And fear and belief, I always say, do not go together.
Oh, I agree. And I'm going to take that from you. Fear and belief are not going to, don't go together. So how do you keep that balance, Ashely? It's not easy, especially being a mom, being a mompreneur, being a solopreneur, being an entrepreneur that you are. It's not easy to keep that balance. And yet here you are coaching mind and health. How do you keep that balance for yourself?
I have to take care of myself. So I live by, and I teach people this all the time, always having your morning and nighttime routine. And
Mhm.
there you are feeding yourself, you are recharging yourself, you're taking care of yourself. I always have to be feeding my mindset, my brain. You know what I mean? Because I'm human too. I have my down points, I have fears too, but I have to retrain my brain and I have to feed it with positivity. So I read a lot of motivational videos. I mean, watch a lot of
Mhm.
motivational videos. I'm reading a lot of books. I have to take care of myself in order for me to keep going.
Sure, absolutely. And do you surround yourself with people who are positive, who
Oh, I do.
are
I
help?
definitely do. And I learned to say too that there are people that don't understand my dreams. There are people that have their own doubts and fears within themselves that can be bringing along me. So I learned to cut them out. Not in a bad way, as in like whatever, but like I just don't listen to their noise. I just focus on my stuff.
Right.
But
And
I
that
do
is a big,
surround.
yes, absolutely. You're so right, Ashely, because sometimes that pulls us down. Because when we hear a lot of people, talking in our ears, we can choose who we listen to, right?
Mhm.
And sometimes we feel that I mean, people might have their best interest for us, but
Mhm.
they may not be giving the best advice because they don't have the experience to give that kind of an advice, correct?
Oh no, definitely. Like I had someone once tell me, like, "Are you sure you want to do this business? Because I know someone that did a
Yeah.
business and it's hard." And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's supposed to be hard, but it's good. You learn. If it wasn't hard, you would leave. No, what was that thing by Jim Rohn? Um, To live an easy life, it will be hard. To live a hard life, it will be easy.
Easy.
Love it.
Yes, that's so true. And I
Mhm.
agree. And not to be afraid of challenges. Challenges are the ones that actually, as Nicole said, failure is not opposite of success. It's actually a part of our success, because that's what teaches us and coaches us how to be successful and even better and farther, go farther. So I'm so happy for that. Now, being a mind and health coach, what advice would you give people that are looking to get a coach? What should they be looking for? What can they expect from you if they get into your coaching program? What is it that how would you help them?
Okay, so what to like look for is someone that you can connect with. You know, someone that you can build like a good relationship with and understands you, because like with my experiences, even with counseling, everything's like trial and error, but someone that you connect with. Me personally, I offer one-on-one coaching, and I also offer group coaching. I'm actually starting a program that's launching September 13th, and it's an 8-week program. But yeah, like I would say, like with me, we work directly one-on-one. If it's just the one-on-one coaching, we go through what's keeping you stuck, uncover it and let go of everything. So then that way you can move forward in life and have that major shift within yourself and your life. With the group coaching, you're in a group setting, but you also have that opportunity to have one-on-one coaching calls with me. You have weekly action steps, even with the one-on-one coaching, you're left with action steps. It's like a transformational journey. Like, it's amazing.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, and we're definitely going to share your links in our group and when we post this. Nicole says you will grow more and reach your goals. That's a great approach of life that you have, ma'am.
Oh, thank you.
Aw,
That means the world. Thank you.
thank you. Yes, Nicole always has. He always joins us live
Aw.
most of the time, and he always has something wonderful to share. So
Oh,
happy
nice.
with that. Now, when you started your journey as an entrepreneur, as a mind and health coach, and yes, there were challenges, there were difficulties, but for any entrepreneur, because the majority of our audience is an entrepreneur who are starting out, who are starting new, especially our webinar accelerator members or clients, what advice do you have for them?
You have to do the inner work. You really have to fuel yourself up. You have to go through your limiting beliefs. You have to work through your fears. You have to honestly set up those morning and nighttime routines where you're taking care of yourself. You are learning every single day. There are times, and I was guilty of this, is that I was making too much of plans in my head, that it was adding the confusion in my outer layer, not just in my business, but in my personal life and my finances and everything. And how they say when one area is out of whack, everything else is out of whack.
Everything is.
But just
Yep.
breaking down to simplicity, you know what I mean? What do you need to focus on? Have a plan. You need to know where you're going. And like I said, you don't always need to know the how, but just know where you're going and have that faith, determination. And I always, honestly, if you can read Think and Grow Rich, read that book. That's going to change your life.
I have it. I carry it with me. This time around, it came out in a rush and I don't have it with me, but majority, I must have read it like 3 times at least, if
Yeah.
not, because every time you go in and you absorb, whenever you reread a book, I find that you absorb something new and different, right?
Yep.
As
And
opposed to,
Yep,
yeah, go ahead.
and they say to read that book more than once, and it's not just
Yes,
reading; it's taking the action steps. Read that one chapter, like for people that are wanting to grow their business, but within yourself, you're working on your inner self because you need to build yourself up, right? But taking those actions and putting them in, that's when the results are going to come.
thank you so much for saying that, Ashely, because action steps are so, so important. We make, as you said, the plans are in our head, but if you're afraid of taking action and jumping in with both feet and running with it, and not being afraid of your failure, that's when the results start to come, isn't it?
Yep, no, that's true, 100%. You have to believe in yourself.
True. Nicole says, you are the master of your own destiny. That
Yep,
is so
that's
true.
It is.
So I love the mindset kind of a coaching. So now that you have this going and you have your freedom, what do you say to people that are thinking about going into entrepreneurship? Do you find that freedom and that impact, the transformation that you do of other people's lives, along with the income, was worth it that you all went through?
Oh, the last part
Was
I
worth
did.
it through it? Was it worth it? Worth
Oh, yes.
all your?
It is so worth it. It is challenging, but it is
Mhm.
worth it. And you know that word impossible? It actually says I'm possible. So you are possible. You know, it is, you're learning about yourself like a kid.
Mhm.
When he learns to walk, does he walk the first time right away? No, he takes little steps, falls down, and goes, right? Anything you're learning, riding a bike, anything what it is, you know, but it's worth it in the end. When you, even small wins, I always say celebrate your wins, whether they're small or big, whatever the case is. You
Yes.
grow as a person. That's how your confidence grows, is doing these things.
Right. And looking back, you would see how far you come. We don't realize sometimes because we're so focused on what may not be working for us versus to what is working for us. Because if we change and shift our paradigm that way, automatically we start seeing where from where we started not too long ago to where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens so fast and quick that, you know, we feel that we're in the deep end of the pool and we're gulping more water than the air.
Yeah. No, it's true. No, it's true. And
But
they
we are
actually,
learning how.
yeah. Oh, kind of cut out there.
Go ahead. Yeah, I left you to speak. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
know they say too, like usually people they quit right before
Mhm.
the success. You know what I
So
mean? Like
true.
how many times did Starbucks go to go get that loan from the bank? It was like 900 or whatever the heck the number was, but it wasn't after one, two, three times. He kept going and going and going until he got that loan. You got to have your vision and just keep going and going and going.
And know exactly what you want. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why you put it together and you became an entrepreneur. I'm glad that you said that because, you know, you realized if you have that vision and if you realize that that is what you need to do, that's what you, as you said, that's what you're meant to do,
Mm-hmm.
then there's no looking back. There's no two ways about it. Where can people find you, Ashely?
They could find me at Instagram and
Mhm.
Facebook. Instagram is Mind and Health, but it has the little underscores. Maybe I could leave something like a link or something.
We'll post your links for all through the Facebook, through our YouTube. We will post. We do that for all
Amazing.
of our members. So yeah,
Amazing.
awesome. And I know that there was we always ask for a freebie from one of our. You've been kind enough to provide that. You want to talk
Yeah.
about that? What is it that you're offering
Yeah.
to our members?
So I'm going to offer a free 1 hour
Mhm.
breakthrough consultation. So it's technically going to be like a session because my breakthrough consultations are 30 minutes. So it's going to be like a full session. And what we're going to do is we're going to uncover like what is it that's keeping you stuck? You know, we are
Mhm.
going to see what you need to let go of, and we're going to think of action steps that you can use and implement that you can start creating that time and freedom in your life.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I know that it's high value in dollar figures. So thank you so much. We're almost to the end. We're almost at 30 minutes are up fast. It goes by and we're having fun here,
Oh,
right?
so
So
much fun. I love this.
good. We learned so much about you, and you do have a very inspirational story, Ashely. People
Thank
will and do relate to you. I'm seeing hearts here. Somebody else joined us and left a
you.
heart for everyone. So thank
Aw.
you so much for that, and I really appreciate it. This will again be reposted in our YouTube channel. So kindly, subscribe to us. For those of you that are joining us through the YouTube channel, subscribe and press the bell icon so that you continue to receive our weekly live sessions along with the business basics training through that. I truly appreciate you joining us today, Ashely.
Thank you.
So thankful for that. And the words of wisdom and what you shared and
Aw.
your story and your life's journey and the fact that you are a single mom running your own business, creating, uh, transforming other people's lives and creating that aura of wealth and health and mind coaching that we so need right now. So thank you, thank you, thank you
No,
for that.
thank you for this opportunity. I love it. It's so
You're
much fun.
welcome. Nicole says, carry on the great work. Really waiting to see your success story, Ashely.
Oh, thank you. So amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. And we'll see you again, and we'll be bringing another distinguished speaker and member of the Webinar Accelerator to you guys to come next week. So stay tuned for the 1 p.m. live session again for the next Tuesday. Until then, thank you very much for joining us. See you again. Bye.